Hey, hey, hey. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope you're going to join me. Cheryl is off getting pampered, getting zhuzhed because I don't know if you know or not, but she's going somewhere very special next week. If you missed any of the updates, where have you been? But she is going to the Savoy next week to do some celebrating. So she's off getting herself preened and pampered because you can't just turn up to the Savoy looking like we do today on a live when I've just been walking Gabby and I'm more sweaty and hot. You know, we have that thing where the weather does the really deceiving thing where it looks like it's really cold and miserable. So you put your hoodies on and stuff and then you get out there and you're absolutely sweating. So I've walked Gabby around and I'm like a sweaty mess now. And then rush back to see you guys. So I hope you're going to keep me company, keep me comfortable. You can keep me comfortable as well, but please keep me company. And when you're here, say hello and let me know where you're watching from because StreamYard doesn't always tell me where you're from. But we have got some truth bomb. Well, me and the mystical Cheryl, who is getting her toes done, I think, as we speak. We've got some truth bombs for you because I want to know if this is holding you back as well. Because yesterday, did you guys see my post last night? I love it when I have a little aha moment in the middle of a shopping mall. But I took Caleb shopping yesterday. And so interesting, when you observe your own behavior, and we encourage you to do this, like really be the observer of yourself and of your thoughts rather than beating yourself up. But yesterday, I was going to switch this light on because it seems a bit dull in here. Yesterday we took Caleb shopping. He's off for a few days with his Auntie Kelly next week. So we took him shopping. I was like, look, let's just buy you some new clothes. It's the summer holidays. You're going to get lots of wear out of them. And if I'm being really honest, the ironing lady's now on holiday for 3 weeks. I thought if he has more clothes and like there's less washing, there's less ironing that I'm gonna have to do. And when I say me, I mean my mum. I don't even own an ironer and ironing board anymore. That was one of the first class upgrades I gave myself many years ago. Tell me, do you do this? Do you have an ironing lady? Do you have somebody help you in the house? We have an ironing lady. We have a fabulous team who come and help clean the house every week. We have a gardener. I outsource anything that doesn't bring me joy. So picture it. Yesterday we go shopping, takes Caleb shopping, and Caleb has his own money. So he saves up money. He has a Go Henry account. Do any of you have Go Henry accounts for your kids? They are amazing. So he has his Go Henry account, and then within that, he's got like little sub categories of things that he saves his money for. So he gets his allowance if he's kept his room tidy and done all the things, and he gets money for great scorecards at school, for getting commendations, or just for great work, for his goals. He kind of earns them and he unlocks it, and then it goes into his Go Henry, and then he puts it in his pot. So we said we would spend some money on him, like as a treat for doing. He had like this exceptional report card from school, and we wanted to just buy him some nice things. Because believe it or not, I actually don't buy Caleb stuff constantly. I make him buy a lot of it himself because I really want him to understand the value of that money. So takes him shopping, walks into the first shop. He spends like best part of 100 quid, which was crazy. But on really lovely things, he got some bargain things. And I loved, because I was picking stuff up going, this is really cool. Do you like this? And he was like, no, I really like this. And I'm like, I don't like that. He's like, but I do. And I thought, you know what? Good on you. I like the fact that you're buying stuff that I don't particularly like or approve of, because he's really finding his own sense of style now. And he's 9, if you don't know Caleb. So spends this money on him. And then I wanted to get some new stuff for when Cheryl and I go to Joe Dispenza. They've told us that it's a lot of sitting, it's sometimes lying, we have to go on walking meditations, we have to be really, really comfortable. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to get myself a couple of new t-shirts and stuff. So I went and bought myself some new t-shirts in the same shop in the women's section. Fine, because there was a reason for it. I had a reason for buying the clothes, and I know it'll serve me to have them. It'll make life easier. So I was okay with that. Are you following so far? Say yes if you're with me, guys. So goes to some more shops. Caleb gets some more bits, spends some of his money in the Lego shop, that bloody shop. Going around getting some bits and bobs, and then we get to rituals. Now, has anyone been in the rituals shop? Have you been in there before? It is absolutely amazing. It's so gorgeous. The one in the Metro Centre, I know they're around the country, has this beautiful like blossom tree in the middle of it. It's all lit up. The ladies are all lovely. It smells divine in there. It's kind of like walking into a spa shop, not like Spa the corner shop, like a spa like in a fancy place. Spa, it smells gorgeous. You just kind of like going in on the smell. I love it. So I went in at Christmas and I've gone in for people's birthdays and I've literally spent a fortune in there, like a fortune on smelly things because I can't just buy one thing. I tend to buy like the whole range of things for people. So so I went in because Neil, for the book launch last year, bought me this beautiful gold, like a diffuser. So it's got an app and everything. It's amazing if you haven't seen them. And it like sends out scents into the room at different times of day. So I have it set so that the scent goes on the morning and on lunch times. And then on the evening when I'm sitting and the room just smells like this shop in Newcastle. I love it. But I didn't buy that for myself. He bought it for me as a treat. And this whole year we've had it and then it needed a refill just this last week. So I'm okay with that because I can buy the refill because I'm replacing something. There's a reason for it. I don't want the house to smell like the dog. Does that make sense? Anybody else have this issue? They don't want the house to smell like the dog. So everything so far, there's been a very clear reason and a function. So then as I'm buying the diffuser, I then sees that they've got, it's called Savage Garden, the smell. If you honestly, if you've never smelled it, you have to go and smell it. Something like. So I sees that they've got the candle, the Savage Garden candle. Now, when at Christmas, Neil had tried to buy me the candle, it wasn't in stock. He's tried since, it wasn't in stock for whatever reason. Now they've got the candle. So then I'm like, oh, well, I can't buy the candle. I put it on my list for Christmas again. It's July. Bearing in mind, it's still July. I'll put it on my list for Christmas. So anyway, I walked around. I took a little video of the shop just to put on stories because I love it. And I'm just having a look at the other bits in the shop thinking I'll get that for Christmas for Kelly and da. And then I went to pay for the diffuser. And Neil said, "You getting the candle?" And I said, well, I looked at I was like, no, it's like, I think it was like 40 quid, something like that, 35, 40 odd pounds. Bearing in mind, we've spent a lot more of that on Caleb at this point in time. So I went to pay for it and I was like, but I really want the candle. I just really want the candle. So I don't know if you guys know, when I'm sitting, when I'm coaching or if I'm on calls and things, I sit and I always have a nice candle lit. When I'm meditating, I like candle lit. So I do use them. So I'm like, well, I really want a candle. So I went, picked the candle up, put the candle down because I realised my Estelle, my inner critic, was saying to me, "You've just paid for the holiday this month. You've just spent a fortune on Caleb. You're doing all these day trips. You're going to spend a fortune." Da, 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 da. Okay, can't swear because Caleb's in the house. But this is what I said to Estelle in my head and bought the candle. So I think I spent like £77 on the two things, something like that. But as I paid it, I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel abundant. And it really came from a place of feeling abundant buying it. Are you all still with me? Am I boring you yet? Tell me if I'm boring you. Has anybody else had this internal wrangle when you are at the checkout when you're about to buy yourself something? Because honestly, years ago, I would have just gone in and said, oh, that's nice. It wouldn't have even dawned on me that I could buy it for myself. That's what I really want to make sure it's coming across. It would not have occurred to me to buy that for myself because there wasn't a function, there wasn't a reason. Ah, Erin, I miss you. So I then get home that night, and bear in mind, we've been shopping all day. My back was killing us. It was like a Christmas shop, bags and bags. I think went back to the car 3 times with stuff. Neil didn't even get a pair of socks, God love him, but me and Caleb were filled up on stuff. And gets back to the, what you say, Erin, yeah. Always, always, always do that. I'm a classic buy or guilt return. Guilt. Like, why do we want to buy something with a feeling of guilt? But I totally get it. It totally resonates with me, Erin. So I comes home. Neil then went, it was my auntie's birthday today, and it's Claire Dar's birthday. Claire Hetherington Dar, happy birthday. So I was taking all the tea lights, making the house all nice, fluffing up the cushions, blah, 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 puts my beautiful new candle out. I thought, yes, it was 8 o'clock by now. I'm like, I can light my candle. Then Estelle pipes up, don't be ridiculous. You've just bought it. It looks pretty. Just leave it. Like, just look at it. Now, this is definitely a working class thing. We would buy shoes or coats or everything, keep them for best. I've written about this before, and I always get a lot of you replying, going, yep, that's me too. Keep them for best. Don't use them. Just look at them. Don't get the enjoyment out of them that they were created for you to have. Just look at them because it was expensive. And I heard myself saying it. I walked away. And then I was like, do you know what? Screw you. I've bought the candle because I like the smell. And it's a Thursday night. I've had this lovely day off. I want to light the candle because I want the smell. So I lit all the candles, and I went back and I took a little video of it to show you, lighting the candle. with just those moments of gratitude that I get to treat myself and buy this beautiful candle, light the candle, enjoy the candle. Yeah, there doesn't have to be a reason. Wasn't my birthday. Don't ruin them. Don't keep them nice. Can't pass that down to my kid. Right? And it's these little mindsets. Thank you so much for sharing, Erin. If anybody else is resonating, I would love you to share because I know Erin and I aren't the only ones. It's in those little moments that we diminish what we are worth. It's in those little moments that we say no to what Denise Duffield Thomas calls our first class life. Yeah, the keyless life, those first class upgrades that you can give yourself that are just small tokens of self-love, of self-worth, of being that CEO and doing something because it makes you feel good. It doesn't have to have a reason attached to it. It doesn't have to have, and it was really interesting. My friend Hannah has noticed this sometimes. I'll go in and she'll say, well, that's new. That's nice. I say, oh, it's new. I got it because, and it's like there has to be a reason. And this is what I'm trying to crack with myself right now. For me, this has been a year of like really radical self-care and self-love. I am getting regular massages, getting regular facials, getting regular, because I used to only do it if something happened. I would do the maintenance stuff like the nails, but I've really made a conscious effort of having spa days booked in for myself, having like really luxurious facial treatments that aren't like the standard. And these are all ways that you can upgrade your lifestyle. The really interesting thing was that after I lit the candle and I was just kind of floating around the house feeling fabulous, feeling like how great the smell was, feeling very abundant because I lit a candle, Caleb and Neil came home from dropping my auntie's birthday cards off and appeared with a bunch of red roses. And I was like, what's that for? And Caleb said, just because I had such a lovely day, Mum, I saw them and I thought of you. So when you are just in that energy of loving yourself, you get more of that back. Okay, but it's really like I want you over this next week to really observe the language of when are you saying no to yourself, because if I hadn't stopped and really tuned into what was going on in that shop, I would have left and only bought stuff that had a functional purpose. And it's so important, and in these moments, in these little mini micro decisions are the ways that you are sabotaging stepping into feeling good. And it doesn't have to cost money, right? It's the little things like this week I've got really conscious of because we've had a busy week, going and spending 10 minutes just with, just to have a little mini meditation or say a prayer or do something in the garden before I check messages and before the day starts, making sure that I spend time with Caleb without the phone. It's all those little things that I know will bring me joy rather than doing the things that I think I should do. What else are you doing? How else are you holding yourself back from being in great energy and great vibrations by just doing the stuff that you should do rather than the things that you really want to do, rather than the things that make you feel good? And honestly, it's in the smallest of ways. So I want you to get conscious about that. And I'd love you to DM me or post about it and tag me, because I know that when you feel good about yourself, more good things come to you. That's how it works. Your primary job is to feel good about yourself. And in our masterminds and in our mastermind and in our group programs, that's what we really encourage our clients to do. And what we're seeing, the results are amazing, just amazing, of them doing the mindset work to get really clear on what they want, working on feeling good, working on just imagining life as they want it to be. This week they've had, more orders into their business. One of our clients had her biggest order today and it was mind blowing. And the funny thing is, like she said, she's worked less than she's ever worked this week. She's done more self-care, she's been doing a run, she's been looking after herself and just spending more time visualizing and then just feeling good. And then she's had her biggest order today. She's absolutely smashed her goals. We've had another client who has done that and started talking about the program and has had then people approach her saying they're really interested in a program. It's the first time she's gone out and talked about it. There are so many ways that life just comes back and gives you a big kiss on the lips when you just get into the energy of fun and love and abundance. And that's what I want for you. So this is your homework. I want you to go and be aware of all the times that you just say no to yourself, you're getting shit done, rather than really just going, what makes me feel good today? What am I doing today to make me feel good, and seeing what comes back to you? So, any questions? Today is the last day because these are all the ways that your mindset can sabotage you. And when you're in business, I see women all the time working, hoping for the results to get better. And sometimes when you do less, you get more. But without clarity, it's really hard to do that. And Cheryl and I are really good at helping women make money when they're ready to feel good, enjoy the business, and stop just pushing to get through. Today's the last day to get an abundance accelerator session with us, a one-to-one with me or Cheryl that will completely help you unlock how you're sabotaging yourself, get clear on what you want to achieve in the next 12 months and what financially you want to achieve. Make sure that you're aligned to that and that any money blocks you've got, any mindset blocks, any self-sabotage is absolutely nailed, and you leave that session with a very clear plan of what you're going to do about it, and also a plan of what you're going to do with your energy, so you're not relying just on motivation, pushing through, pushing harder, working harder, because that doesn't work. That just gives you burnout, and you sacrifice your family time, your health, and your happiness in order to have a business, and you hate the business and then you don't stay in the business. Like, that's not what we want. So today is the last day to grab one of these power hours with us. You don't have to take it right now. You can take it in September. But the women who boot in for them are really excited. And we're going to be giving you a little bit of growth work to do over the summer between now and when we do your call. It's going to be epic, and it's going to blow the doors off the business of these women and the lives who are taking part. So I've dropped the link in here, or you can DM me Abundance and I will drop the link over to you. Today is the last day, and then it's off the table. And the only way you'll get one-to-one with us is if you're working in one of our programs for 15 or 20k. So let me know if you've got any questions. Have an amazing weekend. Love you so much. Make sure you do your posts and tag me, because I want to see how you're getting on. Love you lots.